2015, a disturbing incident occurred in Douglasville, Georgia, that deeply shocked the community. What was supposed to be a joyful celebration, an 8-year-old boy's birthday party, turned into a traumatic event when a couple, Ismael Torres and Kayla Norton, along with a group of their friends, interrupted the gathering in a threatening and hostile manner. Their actions would later lead to serious consequences, including lengthy prison sentences. The incident took place during a time of heightened racial tensions in the United States. Just weeks before, a tragic shooting occurred at a historic church in Charleston, South Carolina, sparking national debates about symbols like the Confederate flag and their association with racial issues. These debates and heightened tensions seemed to fuel the actions of Torres and Norton, who took part in an unsettling display. On the day of the birthday party, a peaceful celebration was in full swing when a convoy of trucks flying large Confederate flags suddenly appeared near the party. Video footage from that day shows the trucks speeding by the house where the birthday was being held. The trucks eventually stopped, and Torres, Norton, and others began shouting offensive language at the guests. The situation escalated as the group made alarming threats toward the partygoers, including the children present. One woman at the party, clearly distressed, can be heard in the video saying, "This is a child's birthday party." As tensions rose, Torres took out a firearm and pointed it at the guests, further terrifying the families and children in attendance. He made threats while brandishing the weapon, and Norton encouraged his actions. The partygoers, caught off guard, were unsure of what would happen next. Many children became frightened, seeking comfort from their parents as the situation grew more chaotic. The group, seemingly reveling in their intimidation tactics, circled the party while continuing their threatening behavior. It became clear that this attack was part of a larger pattern of intimidation in the area. Torres, Norton, and their group had been driving around that day, targeting various neighborhoods and causing fear among local residents. Their actions were more than just a momentary lapse in judgment. They were part of an organized effort to instill fear in certain communities. Eventually, law enforcement intervened, and both Torres and Norton, along with others involved, were arrested. A total of 15 people were charged in connection with the incident, though only 4 faced felony charges. The others received lighter sentences or pleaded guilty to lesser charges. During their trial, Ismael Torres, who was 26 at the time, was found guilty of multiple charges, including aggravated assault and making terroristic threats. His use of a firearm during the incident and the nature of his threats resulted in a significant sentence. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison, with 13 years to be served behind bars. Kayla Norton, who was 25, was also found guilty of making threats and being part of the group's intimidation efforts. Though she did not handle the firearm herself, her active participation in encouraging the behavior made her equally responsible for the harm caused. She was sentenced to 15 years in prison, with 6 years to be served. When the couple appeared in court for sentencing, both cried as they faced the consequences of their actions. The courtroom was filled with emotion as Superior Court Judge William McLean made it clear that their behavior had been motivated by racial prejudice, and such conduct would not be tolerated. Their actions were motivated by hatred, the judge said firmly, underlining the severity of their crimes. The judge also imposed an additional punishment. Both Torres and Norton were permanently banned from Douglas County upon their release. This measure was meant to protect the community from any future harm and send a clear message that actions like theirs would not be tolerated. Douglas County District Attorney Brian Fortner also spoke on the case, stating that the actions of Torres and Norton had gone far beyond what anyone could defend. This is behavior that even supporters of certain symbols would agree is unacceptable, Fortner said, pointing out that the couple's actions were not protected by free speech, but instead crossed into dangerous territory. This incident serves as a reminder of how easily fear and hostility can escalate into harmful actions. What should have been a happy occasion for a young boy and his family turned into a traumatic event that left a lasting impact on the community. The consequences for those responsible were severe, but the community has since worked to heal from the ordeal. As Torres and Norton began serving their sentences, the community in Douglasville reflected on the lasting effects of the incident. It became a powerful example of the consequences that come from acting out of prejudice and fear. While the families involved will never forget what happened, the case stands as a reminder that justice can be achieved for those affected by such harmful actions.